Well, hello everyone. We're back. Sorry that it's taken us a while to be back on. A lot of things going on. Some of you probably already heard if you watched our live New Year's Eve with Bad to the Bone, Central Mass, Horror of Horrors, um, Susan. Well, that's Central Mass, Ross Eye Paranormal, Emmy. I know I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Christina was on, myself. Is that everybody? Am I missing somebody? Well, if you caught us live on there, I mentioned on there over New Year's our hot water tank went, so we were without hot water and we had to call up somebody to hurry up and get us a new tank, which cost us over $1,000. But that happened, so okay. I did. I did. Sorry that we come on a little late. We were having some technical issues, internet issues. Just, it's always something like that. There you go, Linda. Hi. It's nice to see you again. Um, can you hear us okay, Linda? Is the sound okay for you? Eric, if you're on, can you hear us okay? I'm trying to get on right now. YouTube's saying a bit of a... Okay, so yep, everybody's having some issues. I'll wait till I get the word from you guys to make sure everybody can hear us okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, so before we start, of course, Gabriella will do her state facts. There are some updates for anybody that's watching. If you're not on live, I'm sure you'll catch it on a review when it plays on YouTube. Um, Cambria County Jail, we were holding off on any tours or private investigations until probably end of February, maybe in March. The weather has just been, especially for overnight investigations, the weather's been dipping down into the single digits, wind chill factors in the negative. So we're always about safety first, and with all the flus going around, stomach bugs, pneumonia, and all that, we don't want anybody getting sick. So we've postponed everything for everybody's benefit. Linda, yes, we do have snow. Matter of fact, this is like our second storm that we've had. We only got maybe 3 or 4 inches, but it's been light flurrying regularly. I think the South is getting as much as what we are. And it's just funny because we just moved back from the South a couple years ago and they're getting some of our weather that we weren't getting in the past years. I'd be squared. How are you doing? Squared. Yeah, I hate this because we're going to have to really start, which it's been brought to our attention before. We're going to have to set a date, keep that date and time, and we're going to have to put up notices and that we are on. The only notification that I did put on earlier was on Real Talk with Diane and Gabriella on our Facebook. So sorry about that. I appreciate that you guys found us, and like I said, some of you will have to watch it on the review. B squared, awesome. We have our good people. Today, after Gabriella does her facts, we're going to go into a couple things involving celebrities, famous celebrities. And I'll get into that. I'm going to let Gabriella do her. Oh, and the other thing that I'm going to make an announcement on too before she goes into the facts is I'm probably going to be going solo. I don't know how well that is because I'm not comfortable with my self-esteem and that. I mean, this helps and being on other people's channels help, but more people want me to kind of break out of that mold a little bit. So I'm going to start my own channel. It's probably going to, right now, if I do a promo for it, it'll probably just show up as my name, but it'll end up being called Chat with Diane. And I'm going to probably do the promo explaining what the show is going to be about, and then it'll probably premiere within the first week or so. And I will discuss different topics like we're doing here. I will be inviting special guests on, which of course I'll have Angelina, I'll have Susan, I'll have Carla if she wants to come, Laura, Emmy, anybody that wants to come on. Angelina, of course, definitely. I will want them on so we can have just a chat, like back and forth about different things like we're doing here. The other thing is, as I also did start my book, I have the preface written. I'm doing the research right now on the history of the jail. Then I'll be going into our experiences in the jail, and then I'll be having people sending me their experiences that they had to jail in. So I'm going to compile all of that into my book, and just wish me luck on that, and I'll let you know on the progress on it. So with that, Gabriella will start her, what are they, weird state facts?
They're state facts that you definitely did not know, according to the article. So we're doing 3 of them, like I usually do. So number 1.
I look horrible. Look at that. My hair looks greasy. I look bad. How about, oh well, everybody should be used to that. I'm sorry. I do. I look awful. I look like I walked out of the grave today or something. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, back to scheduled programming. The first one is Alabama. It says, though the boll weevil is often considered a tiny pest, it's praised in a 50-pound statue in the city of Enterprise. It dates back to 1919 when the statue of the Greek woman was constructed. 30 years later, they placed the weevil on top. The purpose? To show the town's profound appreciation of the boll weevil and what it has done as the herald of prosperity.
That's interesting.
That is very interesting. Douglas!
Hey, Douglas, how you doing there? Hey, I just saw him. I was on, what's it, Demons? Been a demon. What is it? Oh, yeah, Truth or Demons. And I'm sorry, Stevie, I remembered your name, but I just couldn't remember. She was very, very nice. She was very entertaining. I was just on there and I saw that Douglas was on there. So hi, Douglas. Nice to have you on here.
Okay, so the second one is Alaska. It says, due to its long summer days, produce in Alaska can also often reach jaw-dropping sizes like a 138-pound cabbage that was grown in the great state.
Wow, 138-pound cabbage.
So this isn't the actual photo of it, but
there you go. That's a big cabbage.
It's a big one.
It's a big cabbage. You can make a lot of haluski.
You want your haluski lately?
I know, I still have to make the haluski yet. I didn't do it yet.
I have this weird obsession with haluski lately. Anyways, the third one is Arizona. Love watching planes land and take off? Get on board the PHX SkyTrain located at the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. The trains cross over an active airport taxiway. It's the first system in the world to do this.
Interesting. And there's a plane flying overhead.
Yep.
Into the mountains.
Into the mountains.
Oh. Okay, we're going to have an interesting, first of all, to start off, what we want to do is we want to send out thoughts, best wishes, condolences, whatever we can to the people in California that have suffered losses. We were actually going to kind of just do the topic about that tonight, but it is very controversial because you got people out there. That is a big cabbage. That is a big cabbage. A lot of people, I don't know, like, I don't know what's wrong with our world these days, but I'm kind of pissed, to be honest with you, because I'm hearing this that, oh, well, you know what? They're celebrities and they got millions of dollars. They can rebuild and all blah, 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 all that bullshit. I'm sorry, that bothers me. They are people just like we are. Yeah, they may have the money to rebuild, but that's not the point. The point is they have family, they have memorabilia, they have photographs, they have treasures, they have pets. There's a lot of things that they're losing in these fires and that they can't get back. So whether they're rich or not, I don't give a rat's ass. You know, these guys are suffering just like we would. So instead of like putting that stereotype and bullshit over their heads because they're in fires and they can rebuild, have a little bit of compassion and sympathy for them, guys. You know, don't, we're better than that as people. We are. We're better than that. You don't, I don't care if they have $5 billion or if they have 5 cents. A loss is a loss. Don't be that way. We're not like that. So our heartfelt thoughts and best wishes and whatever to all of those people down there suffering. A lot of big name celebrities have lost their homes, including Billy Crystal, John Goodman. I know that Jamie Lee Curtis, and I know she just donated $1 million to help them out. And I see where Disney just donated $15 million to help out them through their losses, and they still can't get it under control. I think they thought they had it under control there for a little while, and now it doesn't look like it's in control again. And they took some people into custody. They think some of them could have been arson. So let's keep our thoughts and best wishes and all that their way, guys.
It's really heartbreaking
It
on
is.
TikTok,
It
especially
is.
when you
It
see people
is.
that are like, this was my house and there's nothing there.
I can't remember Eric, do you remember who I said that was able to just get out, just herself and her dog, just in the nick of time, but they lost everything? I can't remember who it was, but I was just, yeah. See, Douglas has Harvey, Gillian, Denise Crosby, so many folks. And like I said, I can't remember who it was, but one of the celebrities had just said that they just barely made it out of the house with their laptop and their dog. That's all and they lost everything. And there they are looking behind them, watching their house burning, fleeing for their lives. And people were judging them because they have money. Well, who gives a shit how much money they have? That's, like I said, again, without being redundant, we're better people than that. We shouldn't, that shouldn't matter. So let's keep all of them in our thoughts and hope that this nightmare soon ends for them and they can move on. And with that, everybody, please be respectable, decent people. What we're going to go in today, considering that we were talking about celebrities and the fires, I don't know how many people pay attention to some of I'm sure that everybody that comes on watches their series. They watch the paranormal shows. I watch sometimes the celebrity ghost stories. I like hearing which celebrities say that they've had encounters with the paranormal and that. We'll be touching on some of that. But before we touch on that, there's some people that I have in mind that no matter what they do, no matter what happens with them, it seems like they come out on top all the time. They can be the most horrible people on the face of the earth, but every time they get a slap on the hand, they come out. And I say they sold their soul to the devil. Well, that's going to be the first initial topic, is celebrities that claim that they have either met up with the crossroad demon or made a pact with the devil, and that's how they became famous and how they became successful. I'm going to go down the list here. I'm going to read one. Gabriella can read one, and then we'll go into then the celebrities that have paranormal experiences. And as we're reading this, we'll keep on looking at the comments. And if there's anything that you want to throw in, you want us to say, go ahead and say it on there, and we'll highlight you and we'll answer a question or read your thought on it. So the first one, and Gabrielle, I don't know if you want to put it, which everybody should know these. I would think that these celebrities I bring up, if you wanted to get a picture of them and show up. The first one that is supposed to have made, I guess, met up with the Crossroad Demon or whatever, is Bob Dylan, which I did not know that. I know a lot of other, but I did not know Bob Dylan was. I know Val Kilmer was supposed to have had some odd stuff in that around him. I don't know if that's going to be in this list or not, but there was supposed to be some really odd things surrounding Val Kilmer, so we'll see. But Bob Dylan, this is what it says. It says, Bob Dylan, the legendary folk rock icon, has been long at the center of rumors and speculations regarding his persona and musical prowess. While we can't say whether he's actually sold his soul to the devil, his life and career have been shrouded in mystique. Dylan's early career in the 1960s saw him rise to fame with his poetic and socially conscious lyrics. His ability to reinvent himself musically and aesthetically over the decades has left many wondering if he struck an otherworldly bargain for his talent. Some even suggest that his Highway 61 Revisited album cover, featuring an eerie crossroads sign, is a subtle nod to the classic blues legend of the Devil's Past. But before we jump into any Faustian conclusions, remember that Dylan has always been a masterful storyteller. He's known for his songwriting, which has captured the spirit of the generation and earned him a Nobel Prize in literature. So that's on Bob Dylan. Like I said, he did become. I like some of his music. I don't know how everybody else thinks about him. I don't know what to think about that one, because it's like the article said, he is quite the storyteller. I don't know. So you can come up to your conclusion on that. Let's see. Skew more towards the YouTube paranormal stuff than full shows. See, I watch celebrity ghost stories, Doug, but yeah, and haunting things like that. I watch those too. Some of them, though, like I can't even get through the whole episode because they start talking about it. And I guess it depends on how much you like the celebrity. I can't even say like. How much you believe what the celebrity says, because certain celebrities, they're kind of like, to begin with. So anything that comes out of their mouth is automatically something that you're going to wonder. So if they're talking about ghost stories and paranormal, you kind of have to put that question mark, how reliable they are. But this one, Gabriella, I don't even know who that is. I don't know if you know, and if we want to cover that. Do you think anybody, do you want to read that one? Or
I mean, we can read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's one of them on the list. So Lil Uzi Vert. I don't know if people know who that is, so I'm going to search him up real quick.
Lil.
There he is. Share screen. Boom, there he is.
Boom, there he is. Go ahead, Gabrielle.
Okay, so Lil Uzi Vert, a rapper who's taken the music world by storm, has made headlines not just for his chart-topping hits, but also for his intriguing claims. In the ever-bizarre celebrity world, Uzi Vert has been at the forefront of the sold their soul to the devil rumors. With his distinctive style and enigmatic persona, it's no wonder people are fascinated by him. Born Smear Woods, the artist gained fame with his debut album Love Is Rage 2, featuring the mega hit XO Tour Life with a 3 at the end instead of an E. However, Uzi Vert's statements about making a pact with the devil have raised eyebrows. The rapper has openly... God, I can't speak.
I was like that this morning.
The rapper has openly mentioned his affiliation with Marilyn Manson and even hinted at having sold his soul for success. While these claims may well be part of the mystique he's cultivated, they certainly add an element of intrigue to his already captivating persona. Uzi Vert's devilish imagery in his music videos and lyric further fuel the speculation. His unique blend of dark and eccentric aesthetics keep fans guessing the true intentions. Whether you believe in these supernatural...
What did you do?
It's an ad. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Whether you believe in these supernatural stories or not, there's no denying that Lil Uzi Vert's willingness to embrace the mysterious makes you wonder.
Okay. Okay, so I don't know. You can go back on. I don't know that person. See, Eric said no clue who that is.
That's a rapper. I've heard of him before.
I've never heard of him. Gabby touched it.
I did not. It was an ad. You're so mean.
The problem is on my phone where we're reading some of these articles, there's a little pop-up box. Of course, everybody knows how phones work. And if you don't hit the little X on the corner that close it out, it'll actually make that ad pop up. And that's what happened. She's trying to scroll up to continue reading. And I think
it was like stuck on the page while I was scrolling up. So
the next one, which she is very eccentric. I do like her music.
I don't think that she is.
But the claims, see, it just kind of did that again. But I don't know what to think about it, but here we go. Excuses. It is true, though, Linda. I'm not making up excuses. It is true.
Linda, you're wicked rude.
Okay, so the next one is Lady Gaga, believe it or not. It says the eccentric pop star. And the headline says, Conspiracy about Lady Gaga? Come on. Also, she sold her soul to the devil and question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. So we'll see, which everybody knows what Lady Gaga.
Case.
So it says Lady Gaga, the flamboyant pop sensation, is no stranger to controversy. Her eccentric style, provocative performances, and outlandish fashion choices have left people speculating about the origins of her creative genius. Some have gone so far as to suggest that she made a deal with the devil for her unparalleled success. But let's separate fact from fiction. Born Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta, Lady Gaga is renowned for her chart-topping hits including Poker Face and Bad Romance. She has won numerous Grammy Awards and is celebrated for her vocal prowess. Gaga's unique persona and boundary-pushing artistry have drawn devoted fans. However, attributing her success to a pact with Satan might be a stretch. In reality, Lady Gaga's devilish image is part of her artistic expression. She's known for her provocative costumes, catchy tunes, and boundary-pushing videos that challenge societal norms. Gaga has always been open about using her art to address issues like identity, fame, and self-empowerment. I don't know. I like that one there. Now, I will, after we get through, because there's only 10 of these, I will get to, they're like Aleister Crowley. He's a famous, I don't know, what was it? It almost sounded like a growl, didn't it?
It sounded like a growl, but it also sounded like something banged into the chair.
There's something.
Did you not feel right?
No, I didn't. It only likes you. But we've been having weird shit happening in the house. I don't know. Yeah, there's something in our dining room, but so I don't know about Lady Gaga making a pact, but like I said, there's like Aleister Crowley and, as I mentioned before, Val Kilmer. There's some of them that there's actually, like, I can't say evidence, but pretty some incredible things almost proven that they very well could have, if you believe in that type of stuff. King Pee Wee could have invited friends. We don't know, but
Got a little truck to walk around.
he's got that. I'm going to open up my one bag of tater chips too. Well, because tater chips. So
So the next one is, I know Lady Gaga first, but I have gotten to know some stuff about her and do not like her. She goes really, really far for her. She does. I like her music.
I don't mind her music. I mean, her eccentricity is what kind of made her. I think that made her more famous. And there's been a lot of people that have been very eccentric, and they automatically tie them in with the devil. But that,
Don't have any white chocolate. Sorry, Linda.
white chocolate.
Not today.
In fact, we had our little Christmas Eve game, and there was white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups in there, and nobody gave me any.
I won them. I think I still have them.
Nobody gave me any.
We still have them.
Nobody gave me any.
Freaking ass.
I want one. So there,
One later.
okay.
We're live right now. I can't go.
We're
get
live.
it.
You can't. Well, you could,
I
but
could, but
I didn't eat supper, guys, so I'm munching on some chips, so don't mind me. Well, I told you there's chips there. Go ahead and in the next one.
I had a sticker. Hello. There she is. Okay, so then the next one. Oh, that makes me think is David Bowie on that list. Bowie. I don't know why I said Bowie.
I'm gonna have to find the one with the ones that. Yeah, he's been always on them.
Yeah,
So I don't buy that one either. I don't know. I should look for the other list.
That one, everybody's always gonna say that for 4.
We'll do 7 and 6, and then I'll look up and see if I can find those other ones. Because the other one had, like I said, Aleister Crowley. That guy dabbled, I guess, in Satanism and a lot of dark things. And
well, I know that there's a few people of the older people that they said had subliminal messages in their music if you played it backwards. Some of them, but I don't remember who was. I think one of them was Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson had a lot of. We talked about this one time before. There's the artist, and there's the actual person. The artist, Michael Jackson, was amazing. His music was amazing. His dancing, his personality that he brought out to his fans, truly amazing. Wonderful artist. But his private life, I personally didn't like him. I think everything about him involving with small children, and that's true. That's my opinion, guys. Don't chastise me if you don't think the same. But even the jurors after his trial, when they talked to them, they all said that they thought that he was guilty, but the only reason why they found him not guilty is because everything that they reviewed was circumstantial evidence. They didn't find any concrete that could have solidified, okay, where it's going to be a definite straight cross guilty. So
yeah, Aleister Crowley.
See, and that's the list with Aleister Crowley. Douglas apparently did his research too, which I am very, very fascinated with Douglas every time I see him on, because he does research. He does look up a lot of stuff. Actually, Linda does 2B Squared. All my panelists, Eric, but Douglas, I've noticed, he does his research a lot. So be good. Don't even start.
I guess I'm not here anymore.
Can we kick her ass today?
No, I already have a hurt foot.
Yeah, she can't walk without hurting herself today, so.
I can't walk. I can't do anything without hurting myself today. I've sliced open my big toe. slammed my elbow off of the bed frame while I was bending down to get my laptop underneath the bed. Bumping into everything and anything in my way. So
Trying to shoot hot peppers in her eyes.
I think I need to be put in a plastic bubble.
Linda said I could almost believe in Bowie. If I find that list, I don't know if Bowie was on there, but like I said, I know Aleister Crowley was on there. I know Val Kilmer was on there. Bowie might have been on there, but there was another one too. I wasn't Bob Dylan. Who was, I like him too. Why can't I think of his name? Just go ahead and go on to the next one while I'm thinking of.
Okay, so the next one is Oprah
I don't believe that one.
Well, apparently the person who made the article doesn't either, because I was reading part of it and it says.
Then why did I put them on that list? See, that's what pisses me off, because when I pulled up that list, it's like, oh yeah, they're made to pact with the devil.
Everybody knows who Oprah is, so I'm not even gonna.
Uh-uh.
So it says, now before you start picturing Oprah holding a pitchfork and wearing horns, let's take a step back. This rumor is about as believable as a unicorn trotting down Rodeo Drive. Oprah, the media mogul,
Yeah,
philanthropist, and all-around powerhouse, is not exactly known for her sinister dealings. Born in 1954, Oprah overcame a challenging upbringing to become one of the most influential figures of our time. From her legendary talk show to her book club and her philanthropic efforts, Oprah's impact on popular culture and society is nothing short of remarkable. So where did this devilish rumor even come from? It seems that when you reach a certain level of success, people start speculating about supernatural interventions. But let's be honest, Oprah's success is a testament to her hard work, charisma, and business sense, not an unholy alliance.
so before let me.
So that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So you can kind of talk about some of what they're saying on there while I try to find up that other one that I had one time before, because
I do get used to it, but there's this like metal board in my place, and I tripped over it because it was kind of lifted up a little bit, and it took a chunk out of my toe. So that hurt. But I've been nothing but clumsy today. I told Dylan, I was like, please keep me away from stairs and anything sharp, because it's not looking good for me today. Can't speak, can't walk, can't run, can't jog, can't do anything without bumping into anything else. So it's fun to be clumsy until you get hurt. That needs to be on a shirt.
I don't even know if it's just clumsiness. It's your natural thing.
Hey, that needs to be on a shirt. It's fun to be clumsy until you.
Okay, here's a list right now, a better list. And Aleister Crowley is definitely, see, they're showing Bob Dylan on there and Elon Musk, which I've been saying, one of them, I've been saying Elon Musk all along, but we're not going to get into that. Okay, so let's go. We're going to start on here then. Here's the ones that I was looking for, because now the second one after Aleister, he's very eccentric and very strange, but that was part of his showmanship. That was part of his character, exactly. So, but the first one, Aleister Crowley, I said, was a British occultist, poet, and magician who was called the wickedest man in the world by the British press in the 20th century. Some other celebrities who all have been associated with the occult include
Ozzy Osbourne. Says the former Black Sabbath frontman's 1980s song Mr. Crowley was a flashpoint of the satanic panic. However, Osbourne said the song was inspired by curiosity, not by any satanic beliefs.
And I mean, yeah,
If you watch any of the shows that Ozzy's been on, yes, he's very eccentric. Their whole family is. But he is not a devil. He doesn't even like dealing with any of the supernatural things. He just doesn't like it.
Yeah, he kind of, even with Jack doing like the, what was it? Not Highway to Hell. What is that? What was the Jack Osborne one, Eric? Portals. So, okay, that's what I was going to say. Portals to Hell. Even when he was showing him some of that and some of the clips of the paranormal.
Want to believe.
Yeah. So, and yeah, there you go.
That was
And he's like,
no,
it's going to take an awful lot to him he said, to prove that anything supernatural.
And after what happened to Sharon, I don't think that he's going to want to go anywhere.
They're saying she faked it.
She did not fake it.
I'm not buying it.
She's one hell of an actor.
Yeah.
She did not fake it.
I'm not buying that she faked it.
And why would she have to go to the hospital? She faked it.
The next one on this list is Petey Wheatstraw. I don't know who that is, but it says the influential blues musician of the 1930s rebranded himself as the High Sheriff from Hell and the Devil's Son-in-Law. So I don't know who this guy is right there. Right there.
Hold on, let me present this to you guys so you're not in the dark.
So that's who Petey Wheatstraw is. So apparently, rumor is because of how he rebranded himself as the High Sheriff from Hell and the Devil's Son-in-Law. And there's attachments to these, which I'll look some of the other ones up. That will elaborate it on a little bit more. But okay, the next one, Gabriella. What happened to Sharon B. Squared? Jack was taking, when he was doing his show, he would go to places, and at certain points he invited Sharon to go with him, and he invited Kelly to go with him. Well, they went to this one building, and they met up with what's his name? Eric, my brain is fried tonight. What was the guy, the psychic? Chip Coffey. Why? I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Chip Coffey was there, and he was kind of giving them a reading, and he kind of said he kind of knew that Sharon was thinking of going up in this one room, and Jack had already been up there, and there was these weird things happening there to begin with, and Chip warned Sharon and warned Jack, do not let her go in that room alone because it's not safe for her. Do not let her go in that room. Well, Sharon wanted to go in there. Jack let her. She went in there, and she was doing spirit box, and she had it on, and she was talking to whatever. And next thing you know, she just kind of like went into trance, and the camera people kind of noticed and said, Jack, there's something with your mom, something going on with your mom, because she wasn't responding. She wasn't saying anything. And her head kind of like went back on the chair. And when Jack ran in and found her, she was sitting there. She was not responding. He kept on trying to get her to come to, and she wasn't coming to. And he said that she literally stopped breathing, and he had to give her CPR, and they called the ambulance, transported her to the hospital. She was in the hospital for, I think, a couple of days, I think, if I'm not wrong. And there was no physical explanation of if she might have had a stroke or something. There was no physical explanation of why this happened to her. And when she came to, and after they talked to her, she had no clue what happened to her. The last thing that she remembered was sitting there at the table and talking, asking questions, and then waking up in the hospital. Not Hotel California. No, it wasn't that. I don't remember where the place was.
She said it was in a California hotel. That's why she said not Hotel California.
Oh. So, yeah, so that's what happened with Sharon. The next one was on the list is Little Richard. which everybody knows Little Richard, the rock and roll singer, declared that the power of darkness directed and commanded his career, which I didn't know that. But Little Richard became popular really, really quick. So did Elvis. If I'm not mistaken, I think that there's people that claim that Elvis did too for how popular he is.
Probably.
Now, Elvis, I've kind of got mixed feelings about him. Some of his music I like, some of them I don't. Yeah, some of them's catchy, and of course, some of his softer songs I like, but some of them I just, I don't
Yeah, I
like.
don't really like that much of his music either.
There's some of my just, I'm just not.
Hot Dog is a good one though.
Yeah, it's good catch. So, but the next one.
Is Sammy Davis Jr.
If you want, I think everybody should know who Sammy Davis Jr.
I know
is, but
it is. So I think real quick. Oh, it's that guy.
mhm.
I'm really bad with names.
See, and the thing is they tie to Satanism and that, and of course with the Illuminati and all stuff like that, because there's been a lot of stuff going on with anybody that was tied in with the Illuminati. So you kind of have to wonder. Look, she's one of them.
Her, I wouldn't doubt it. She's kind of, yeah.
She's kind of weird too. I'm going down this.
It is. A lot of people are saying that he,
You can say that one.
because of that.
Oh, geez. So you can say that, well, we can go on this one. We can go on. See, some of these celebrities will come on too, and they'll actually do like satanic rituals of such.
I'm surprised. I think that is Travis Scott on there because his Simpson.
Yeah, see. No. See the Lady Gaga and Taylor Swift. They're just, I'm not, let's see. There's David Bowie.
Yep.
So David Bowie, it says David Bowie will always be known for his fascination with aliens and UFOs. See, and that's the thing with Val Kilmer, because he was into a lot of the stuff like that, and I automatically tied him into making a pact with the devil. But it says David Bowie will always be known for his fascination with aliens and UFOs, especially his persona that has developed around him. However, the interest in the occult as well was apparently very fearful of black magic. According to his wife Angie's memoir, he often took measures to protect himself, thinking that witches were out to get him. He even had a white witch perform an exorcism on him.
Okay.
And of course, that guy.
There's definitely.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer is just really eccentric.
He's really eccentric, but there has been rumors of tie-in with that. I kind of think it's more the eccentricity than it is any type of tie in with the devil or anything. But of course, we'll never know. I don't. Why not? I didn't know that.
Oh.
The next one is Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page. It's Jimmy. Jimmy is Jimmy's brother. Yeah, that did not a whole lot of people know that.
His cousin.
No, I've heard that it was his twin at birth that nobody knew.
Okay.
Jimmy and Jimmy. It says Led Zeppelin's guitarist had an obsession with the works of Aleister Crowley, one of the most famous occultist writers of all time. Page owned a ton of Crowley's manuscripts and even purchased the Boleskine House in Scotland, which Crowley had once resided in. Page also sometimes wore occult symbols while performing on stage. So,
interesting.
Yeah. Look, lo and behold,
Oh, there he is.
we're scrolling down and Elvis Presley's on there. You want to read that one?
It says this may be one of the more surprising ones. According to his wife, Priscilla Presley, the king dabbled in an occult phase, reading books while doing drugs. It wasn't a permanent interest, and Priscilla eventually burned the books.
So he became famous really quickly. Let me see if I can.
Wait. I wanted to talk about what's it says.
It's a
What is the one with Sam Smith? Oh my gosh. That's just dumb. This is
wasn't
the
it right
one.
there? Okay, go ahead.
So I don't think you guys are gonna know who this is, but he's also kind of a rapper.
You're right, B squared. People have speculated that about Jim Morrison too.
Why is the thing shaking? Did you see that?
That was me doing this. I made it shake.
Don't
I'm
do
sorry,
that.
I shook my head. I didn't know the
Why?
computer was gonna.
It's reciprocating. Ah, earthquake. Anyways, this guy's name is Lil Nas X, and the reason that people are kind of saying that he's a Satanist and deals with devil and witchcraft and stuff is, yeah, she did. Because I was like, why? Because it was only the top part of my computer. I didn't see the rest of it shake or anything. So I was like, why is it doing that? Anyways, it says from his Satan shoes, which contain real human blood, to his controversial music video for Ontario, which sees him descend to hell on a stripper pole. Lil Nas X has been courting overblown allegations of supposedly evil behavior for the past few years. In January 2023, his biblically themed music video for J. Christ was deemed demonic and blasphemous by some conservatives on social media before it was even released, and the video was later endorsed by the Church of Satan.
Wow.
His shoes were being sold and people really wanted them, and I was like, why? You just...
Your shoes were made for walking. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for I have not made it funny.
I think that's exactly what he was trying to do, because he came out gay, and then after that, he kind of just started dabbling with, like, satanic things in his songs and everything. I really don't think that he's evil or anything. I think that he's, like you said, just trying to push people's buttons, because he knows that a lot of people listen to music nowadays and would come across it and be like, oh my god, he's a Satanist. But it's kind of weird when you have shoes that are made from human blood. Or supposedly. And horse.
Okay, so going from the ones with the call, no, so you can come to your own conclusion. There's celebrities that I feel, I'd swear to God that they made a pact with the devil, because it's like I said, some of them, they're like nasty, awful people, and yet they are. It's almost like David Koresh, Jim Jones, Charlie Manson, types like that, evil people, but they had this following, this cult following, and you wonder if those people actually made a pact with the devil, that they were able to use subliminal or whatever type of message is to lure these people in. There's current people that I feel the same way about, but I don't know. I guess it depends on how far you believe in things like that. I mean, there are things supernatural. There's just a lot of things that you can't explain that happen. So why not the possibility of meeting up with a crossroad demon and making a deal with the devil? I don't know.
Exactly. Indiana Jones finished Supernatural.
Yeah, and you know what? They can come on my show anytime. Our show.
She's trying to take over this whole channel.
My
Rude like
No,
that.
my brain is numb today, so you have to forgive me. And I'm hungry, and I feel bad because I'm eating while we're filming tonight. I am hungry, and I am like, I'm not hangry or anything. I'm just hungry, and I'm not responsible for what I say. So,
Goofy.
So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of
I would
people.
expect more people to be up in arms over bands like Morbid Angel or Cannibal Corpse. Those ones do have really dark.
You can
super dark lyrics.
highlight it and put it up on the thing.
Could.
Let's see.
That would help me.
So I don't know if I want this list. I guess yeah. So a lot of the celebrities now we're going to go into necessarily now made a pact with the devil on that, but thank you, B squared. I'm hungry. I didn't eat supper. I don't like eating junk food a lot. But those damn chips are good. If you like good chips, Ike's chips are really good. They're very flavorful, and you can't eat just one, and they're not Lay's. But anyhow, we're going to go into these celebrities, and some of them I've actually seen on Celebrity Ghost Encounters and Hollywood Ghost Stories and stuff like that. Some of these I didn't know that they had experiences. Some of them I did. I'll go down with a couple on the list. I'll give Gabriella a couple, and maybe we can. Okay, so we can do it that way. So the first one on the list with a celebrity that claims to have had supernatural encounter is Keanu Reeves.
See if it takes you to the actual site.
10 Hollywood stars who had horror. Okay, we'll go here. Let's see. Okay.
I guess we're going to not start out with Keanu.
We won't start off with Keanu.
He's probably on the list because I clicked this thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. So people know her. Okay, McKenna Grace. If you don't know who she is, McKenna Grace played Judy on The Conjuring. Was it? No, Annabelle. Was it? Yeah, it was Annabelle.
It was Annabelle and The Conjuring.
And she also played.
That was Annabelle and Annabelle too.
She also played on Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm telling you what, this girl to me is one of the must-watch actresses because starting off young, she's getting older. She's 18 years old now, I guess. And she's just, to me, I find she's multi-talented. I think she's an amazing actress. Just kind of keep your eyes on her because she's a celebrity. I think that's going to really go far. But apparently she had paranormal. It says Annabelle is indeed a frightening doll in the horror movies, but it also exists in real life is stored in the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe. Many filmmakers have used the eerie doll by giving it an unpleasant appearance in the Conjuring and Annabelle franchises. While filming Annabelle Comes Home, which was released in 2019, some frightening incidents took place on the sets. McKenna Grace, who plays Judy in the film, shared her Annabelle-related experience in an interview. According to her, in the initial days of shooting, when she arrived at the haunted house set, during her rehearsal, her nose started bleeding suddenly. The lights went off due to some reset issues. When she went to use the tissues in the restroom, what she observed was the bleeding had vanished. The set was then graced with God's blessings in order to banish the negative energy. Grace revealed that even though she had done many scary scenes, this one stood out. So, and that's not only because if you get into the movies like Poltergeist, in Poltergeist, a lot of the characters, and I don't know if anybody knows, and a lot of the characters in the movie Poltergeist had issues, like the young girl that played the daughter, and not the youngest one, Heather, whatever her name was, I can't remember her last name. Not her, but the teenage daughter that was sneaking out to, she made a reference of possibly meeting up a boyfriend at one time. What? Oh, wow.
Douglas says that he has a signed Ghostbusters Afterlife photo with her, Finn, and Logan.
Oh, wow. I think
Who
that's
signed it?
awesome. That's awesome. That is totally awesome. Anyhow, as I was saying, what was I saying? I lost my track. Oh, shit. Oh, Poltergeist. The teenage daughter, and the one that they showed the marks on her neck on the, and they kind of insinuated that it could have been like sucker bites, we called them, love marks, love bites, whatever on the neck. In actuality, she had an abusive boyfriend, and he killed her. The guy that was that looked in the mirror that saw his face being peeled off, something happened to him. The Indian that was in the movie, something happened to him. Like almost everybody that was on that set, something happened to them while filming that movie. And there's other movies, The Exorcist. Apparently there was a lot of things in The Exorcist that happened. In The Wizard of Oz.
Conjuring, that one girl, what was her name? Joey King had an experience where she had to go to the doctors because there was something weird with her blood.
Right.
It was like the cells in her blood wasn't producing the right type of something, and it was after she got done filming The Conjuring, so she had to go to the doctor, and I think she's better now, but it was pricey for quick what that was. Joey King
But they're Conjuring
experience. Yeah, so let me share this real quick. Just so people don't think that I'm insane. I mean, even though I know I am. She said it was pretty intense. Some weird things happen on set, along with the movie being scary. It's true. I developed this bizarre, rare, out of nowhere blood disorder, and basically my body, like all the red platelets from my body, were like drained. They were just gone. So that's weird. That doesn't happen all the time. And it was on set of The Conjuring, so.
And that's just it. That's a lot of these movies, like, okay, Douglas said, Shudder is a really good series called Cursed Films. One episode. Oh, cool. Cool. So we used to have Shudder. We got rid of it. But they did have a lot of good movies on it. Shudder is a pretty good channel. Especially for this genre. The horror and paranormal and all that.
We used to have Shudder, and then we got rid of it. Because they weren't really showing that good stuff on there. Will
Sampson played Chief. Yep. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was fantastic. If you haven't seen it, I suggest watch it. Of course, Jack Nicholson in it. Will Sampson. What's the lady's name? Boy, my brain is numb tonight, guys. You gotta just work with me here because I can't remember what her name is, but very, very good cast and a great movie. So you want to read the next? Salma Hayek.
Okay, so her name is Salma Hayek. It says, haunted houses have been an element of every other horror film where the family moves in after being aware of the bizarre incidents that happened earlier, all for a wonderful ghostly adventure. However, for Salma Hayek, it wasn't the case, as she didn't know her London house was haunted. In an interview via the Ellen DeGeneres show, she opened up about her house having a spooky presence. That's why she called an expert to find out what was wrong with the house. The expert did find 20 bad ghosts and made them leave, but some of the spirits refused to leave, and as per the experts, they were the good ones, so there was nothing to worry about. But what made her think the house was haunted? Well, some of her staff were on the verge of resigning as they experienced lights turning on and off automatically, a piano starting to play out of nowhere, and windows and doors closing and opening on their own.
Oh, wow.
That would be pretty
Holy
scary.
moly.
I have a special edition of it. It has a set of playing cards with it too.
Wow. That is really cool, Doug. You can put that up if you want. I just think that the supernatural experiences are more marketed. I don't know. B Squared says, I always think those on set supernatural experiences are more marketing than real. I agree with you. And again, it goes back to what I said at the beginning of this show here, is it depends on how believable you are to that certain celebrity. Of course, when anything like that is televised and made into a show, they're going to over exaggerate what it could have been something as simple as, okay, for example, when we were doing an investigation over at the Johnston house in Ligonier, we literally saw a cat ball roll a couple inches in front of our eyes. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it on camera because there was a chair blocking the ball actually rolling. But we freaked out when we saw it. If we would have went on Hollywood, it would have made it where it was rolling and it levitated off the floor. And I mean, it probably would have gotten over exaggerated a lot, but that's what happens when you go. Marketing part of it is always going to be, unfortunately, I would like to think if I ever made it that far, I would just say, hey, you tell it the way it is. I don't care about the money part. I just want my story to be told. Nothing needs to be elaborated on. I don't know what sense it makes, because people make it, then no matter what you tell them, they're not going to believe you because they know that your experience was elaborated on. So,
Dang.
what? Roy Daltrey had a paranormal experience fairly early on, staying at a hotel, and his kid rushed into his room with red marks on her neck, and she said, Daddy, that man in my room had sticks for fingers. Oh my goodness. That's craziness. That would be one I would say, okay, Daddy's packing you up and we moving out. Because I don't know what the guy with the sticks on his fingers, or stick fingers.
I think I would be like, hey, if we have to go homeless for a day or two.
Now, this next celebrity, I've seen her name on several of the lists, I think including even the one that made a pact with the devil, supposedly, Miley Cyrus. I don't know what people think of Miley Cyrus. There's been a lot of...
She's a weird one.
Well,
she's normal now, but in her era of Wrecking Ball, that was quite...
Yeah, she's had her moments. She's one of them that sometimes she's tolerable and sometimes you just want to go up and bitch slap the hell out of her because, just she gets that weird. But, people have their moments, I guess. But it says Miley Cyrus is one of the most established singers in Hollywood, which we know. Once the Flowers singer narrated an incident where her sister became a target of ghosts. According to Cyrus, her sister was bathing. Then she suddenly screamed, drawing her attention. When Cyrus went into the bathroom, she saw the knob turn. The water transformed into hot water, resulting in her sister almost being red and burning. Cyrus also felt that a boy was actually sitting on the sink and watching her bathe. Being utterly brave, she brought in her investigation skills and found out that a son and dad used to live prior in the bakery, now turned apartment, where she thinks the mother died. She suspected that the ghosts she was seeing was their son. Not just Cyrus and her sister, but her ex-husband, Liam Hemsworth, and Cyrus's family also experienced paranormal activities in the house. So they decided to leave and never look back. So I don't think she was on, she could have been on Celebrity Ghost Stories. I don't know. Douglas, I mean, you can put that up. Um, she did flow around a ton over the years, and I mean, see, that's just it. She's another one of those celebrities. Of course, she has her moments. She has that raspy voice, and a lot of people find it annoying. Some of her songs are actually very, very catchy, and I think it depends on what part of her career, because some of her part of her career, her music really was irritating, and then there's other parts of her career, her music was really, catchy, and I guess everybody has their getting back to that. I just uh do you want? They're all weird. It was uh Kendall Jenner. Here's
Keanu.
Keanu.
Okay, so Keanu Reeves. A ghost with no body or face might sound like a terrifying thing to witness, but this thing has actually happened to the John Wick actor Keanu Reeves. When Reeves was little, just at the age of 6 or 7, he experienced a paranormal encounter for the first time in his new apartment. Reeves, his sister, and Nanny moved to Australia, where they lived in an apartment that might have been spooky. According to Reeves, suddenly a jacket came flying through the doorway and no one was wearing it. It was just a jacket with an invisible body, and it just came flying around and disappeared suddenly. At first, Reeves didn't believe it to be real until he saw the face of his nanny, who was scared. That's when it struck him that it was really something weird and paranormal.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. That's incredible. Why is that tilted?
I sent it down.
Yeah, that's interesting. Which I don't know if one of them was. I know Howie Mandel was on one of the shows that I watched. I know Goldie Hawn has had experiences. Maybe they're on this list too. I don't know. Demi Lovato. It says everybody knows that Demi Lovato is one of the most famous singers in the music industry. It says, however, Lovato's fan club also includes ghosts. Yeah, you read that right. It says she went to Vulture City in Arizona with her friend and a paranormal investigator. Vulture City is known for its ghostly presence, and the trio stumbled upon a ghost named Carmen. They all used the EMF device to talk with the ghost, and Lovato got to know that the dead woman has been mistreated by men, leaving her traumatized. Lovato and the ghost related to one another, and then the confident singer sang a song for the ghost called Skyscraper. I didn't know that either. I did not know that. So that song was written because of a ghost. After completing the song, the EMF beeped, and Lovato considered it to be a standing ovation from the ghost. That's cool. Even though it may sound bizarre, it's worth noting that Lovato showed no signs of fear and instead sympathized with the ghost, who suffered a lot in real life.
Wow.
That is incredible.
I did not know that song was made.
I did not know that either. Who would have ever thought that?
The next one is Ryan Reynolds.
Now, I personally, I don't know about anybody. I do not like Ryan Reynolds, so.
He's very conceited, but he's a good actor.
Sometimes. He plays all the same roles all the time.
He does.
Usually. He's like the.
I don't mind him though. He's very conceited, but I think he's a good actor.
He's like the male version of Cameron Diaz. I do not like Cameron Diaz. I never did like her. A lot of people think she's a great actress and she's so pretty and all this. The lady could not film a movie without staring at herself in the mirror or checking out her own ass.
What's the same with Sydney Sweeney? or whatever her name is.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Same one.
conceited.
Yep. So go ahead.
Every single one of the types of movies where the guy falls in love with her, but she's like hard to get. And
The same. Well, yeah, you get out of those. You can't get out of those roles.
anyways, Ryan Reynolds. A haunting experience has the power to make an actor quit during doing horror films. Many celebrities have reported that they have faced paranormal experiences during the shooting of horror films, and that's what happened even with Ryan Reynolds. He was part of a film called The Amityville Horror, directed by Andrew Douglas. According to Reynolds, the production was shut down for a few days because a dead body showed up at the shore. Apart from that, a few crew members woke up suddenly at exactly 3:15, just like the film's events. However, he felt this coincidence might be a subconscious thing. But one thing that disturbed him was that the haunted house, which existed since the 1800s and was modified to look like Amityville, he considered the experience in that particular house upsetting. That's kind of weird. I didn't know that he was in the Amityville.
I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Eric, how do you pronounce the lady that played Lorraine Warren, her last name? Farmiga? I wasn't sure if it was Farmiga or Farmiga.
I would have said Farmiga.
Okay. That's how I would pronounce. Okay, the next one, you'll know her as playing Lorraine Warren on all the Conjuring movies and even in the Annabelle movies and stuff like that. I think she is fantastic.
Was the Conjuring supposed to come out
this year? I think we could check the date. I don't know. You know, I love the Conjuring movies. I love the Annabelle movies. Just me, in my opinion. I love Vera as playing Lorraine. I think she does a fantastic job, and she's just an overall. I like her as an actress, but apparently she had paranormal experience too, because it says let me see. But do you know that on the set of the first Conjuring film, paranormal activity took place? Vera Farmiga, who played the role of Lorraine Warren, a paranormal investigator alongside Patrick Wilson, which I think those two make a perfect pair on there. Their chemistry is amazing. They faced two haunting events. The first one took place before the filming of The Conjuring, when Farmiga had a creative conversation with director James Wan. After the call ended, she opened her laptop to learn more about the character she was about to play. She saw 3 claws on her computer screen, which was quite spooky. After the 2013 film wrapped up, when she woke up the next morning, she saw her thighs bruised with 3 thin claw marks. But per her, it wasn't that painful, and she had no idea where they came from. But that's weird too, because remember when we were in the house down in South Carolina, and then Eric even had one here, which was, we can't explain, down in South Carolina. Do you remember the footprints on the chair? And I went in, we had this chair that I always said, well, it wasn't a chair, it was the part of our sectional couch. And I sat on that same spot all the time. That was like my designated spot. And I got up to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and I'm there, like, I looked down, and there's footprints on where I was sitting. And I'm there like, why is there footprints on there? I wasn't standing on the couch, and not with any shoes on, certainly, but you can see tread mark on. So just to satisfy us, we went to every shoe in the house that we had. We picked up the shoe. We kind of matched. Nothing in the house that anybody even wore matched the size or the tread mark. That was.
But it was only one footprint.
It was weird. It was the weirdest thing.
It was only one footprint, and like she said, we searched around the house for every single shoe that we could find, and none of them had the same pattern at the bottom, but it was the weirdest thing ever. It was like as soon as she got up off the couch, you could see it kind of like go down, and
yeah, it was weird. It was so freaky. I mean, but we had so much stuff going on at that house. And then when we moved here, I don't think there's anything malevolent or bad. Like, I think a lot of it is just residual, because there was supposed to have been there was an old couple that lived in this house, and then there was another older lady, I guess, that ran the beauty shop next to us, that which we own the beauty shop, but we don't use it as a beauty shop.
Yeah, that's mine and Dylan's place.
And we just experienced a lot here, and I think a lot of it's residual. But anyhow, Eric was up in his bedroom, and he just fixed his bed. He smoothed out his blanket, and his blanket was one of those that was like, it's not Sherpa, but it was one of those like, what is that, chenille or something, where I don't know what that, or flannels, I don't know what you call it, but it's one of them where it didn't have a pile on it, but when you smoothed it down, if anything, if you put your hand down there, it would have left your handprint. Or if you kneeled on there, your knee print would have been on there. And he had just straightened out his blanket, and he went up, and he come down, and he says, well, when he went back up to get something, he comes down and says, Mom, he says, there's something, you need to see this. And he says, I just got done fixing my bed, and I went up and I saw this, and look, and there was like handprints, but they were weird shaped handprints, almost like as of a monkey hand or something.
Yeah, it was like kind of like,
yeah, because the thumb was kind of like elongated weird, like the hand part, but like almost like what a chimpanzee or an ape's like, where their thumb part kind
they
of,
were kind of like walking
yeah,
that like on their knuckles,
and that
but
was on his bed
hand
cover.
and then knuckle that was just bent. It was really weird.
And so we couldn't explain that. It didn't make any sense. So,
Eric, you still have that picture?
yeah, did you take a picture of that, Eric?
I think I still do have that somewhere.
Yeah, because it
We'll have
was,
to show that on here some point.
and then here in the dining room, of course, our dogs will bark at nothing. And then we had that, we call it ectoplasm, whatever, on the step that Gabriella tripped or slipped on and could have got hurt really seriously. Thank God she didn't. And another time in the exact same spot on that same step, we found it. And then about a couple weeks ago, we saw some on the top step. Now this, whatever it is clear, but it's kind of like an oily or slimy base. It has no smell. It has, like I said, it's clear, and it just appears out of nowhere. We don't know what the hell it is. So,
The dog called the unbinding their little haunted objects and trying to remove the curse of them. Freaky activity in that. Fascinating dog. One thing is wet footprints on the back of a couch. But it wasn't a wet footprint.
it almost looked like muddy or dirty or something, like, because it was dark.
It was dark, but we wiped it off. We could easily wipe it off.
It was just, it was weird. I mean, and I took a picture of it, I think.
You did.
Yeah,
I know you
think I
did.
took a picture of it.
I
So
know you
I'll have to try to find that. But yeah, so there's been like a lot of, matter of fact, Tom said he was sitting in the living room.
It was a small.
It wasn't, yeah, it wasn't, because that's why you guys thought maybe it was mine, because I have small feet. But I wasn't standing on the couch.
I didn't think you were standing on the couch, because then I'd have to worry. But I thought maybe, you know, like when you sit down, you lay on your foot, or you sit on your foot.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of thought, but then that would be.
But it was in this direction instead. Yeah.
The bottom of the shoe, that would be like the top part of the shoe.
And it wasn't there when I left. It just happened before I came back. It was so freaky.
Was weird.
It was so freaky. But then Tom was sitting in our living room here not too long ago, and he said he saw like lights.
But what very
pixie
dust lights.
Your dad saw them in here.
I swear to God, I don't know what they are, but ever since we moved into this house, every once in a while, in like the corners of the rooms or in like the middle of the room, only on the ceiling for some reason.
Well, your dad didn't kind of go past here.
Okay, for me, it was only on the ceiling.
That's where I think only on the ceiling.
They're like little, I call them pixie dust sparkles, because that's what they look like. They look like little pixie dust particles in the air, and then they disappear after like a few seconds, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And then you don't see them for probably a few days or so, and then they reappear in the same spot.
But we see like shadow figures and the dogs will bark. We,
I think it might be my fault because there's this church that we go to that you can get some free stuff from, and mom likes collecting things like little teacups and little figurines. That's an Avon figurine that's a collectible. So we go to this church and we find some collectibles and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think mom would love this. So what I do is I bring those objects back and give them to her as little gifts.
and like a lot of us really amplified.
I'm pretty sure that the last thing that I brought to her, which was like a tea set, might have something attached to it. Nothing evil. It's nothing evil. I think it's probably just like an older woman or somebody who is attached to the teacups and just has like sentimental value to them. But ever since I started bringing stuff back from the church, the activity has picked up. And
Yep,
so I think it's kind of my fault.
she cursed me. Eric just sent us an image. Let me see.
That's the only image I have of that.
Yeah, here's, I don't know if,
Hold on. Yeah, if you right there.
whoops. I don't know if you can, well, you know what, let me
Turn it
do
on
the
brightness.
brightness down.
I was gonna try to turn down the brightness on my computer. You think you might have to worry, Gabby? You do.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Oh, there's a good clip right there. Can you see that? You can see the fingers, and you can see like how weird the thumb goes to the side, like right down in this area. Where's that?
It's below me, Mom.
Right,
You have to point to the actual image.
right in here. If you see the fingers, and over here is like where the thumb is, and then that one, I don't know, is like the hand or whatever was the opposite direction, and like it kind of just like I don't know. It's just it was the freakiest thing when he showed it.
Yeah, we were all kind of freaked out that day because that was like when we first moved in, and he just straightened out his head,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I didn't touch anything. I swear to God, I didn't put my finger down. And even if he did, that wouldn't explain how weird the fingers were shaped." So
Yeah, that was definitely freaky as hell. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna just scroll. I don't know if I have that one.
let's see. Those are all 2024, so keep going. 2024.
I gotta get rid of
Those are okay. 2023.
No, we weren't here.
Twenty 2022. Was it
Right
2022?
there it is. There's more than one. Look at that.
Oh, it was 2.
Yeah,
But it was kind of wet.
yeah, there's that's just and there was all kinds of, and the couch was not dirty or anything like that. It was just,
It looks like there's a handprint there.
see, that's what was on the couch.
Oh, that's right. There was a handprint. It was literally like somebody was squatting down.
Yeah, like, yeah, but it's just, why is that glare like that all of a sudden? But yeah, they can see, like, I mean, it's just, it's weird. I just, yeah, right there, it's the handprint. I never noticed that. Did we notice that before? Because we noticed the
I
footprint.
think we did. If I remember right, we were like, it's almost like somebody was crouching.
Yeah, that's like weird. But I mean, I have a lot of clips, a lot of EVPs, and a lot of stuff from that house. I mean, we have a lot of video footage. There's just a lot of shit going on. But when it was here, like I said, a lot of it we don't worry about. We know it's residual and it's harmless. It does the same thing every day, like the shadows and that. But the thing that happened on Eric's bed, it was just, no, it wasn't anyone. It wasn't the animals. It's just all, it's like, yeah, it's just crazy. Okay, the next one is,
Mike Coulter. Mike Coulter is popularly known for his Marvel character Luke Cage, who made appearances in his standalone series Luke Cage Defenders and Jessica Jones. Recently, he also starred in a TV series called Evil, where he plays the role of David Acosta along Kataya Herbers at Dr. Kristen's
Bouchard,
Bouchard.
I guess.
The duo, why do you always give me the hard words? The duo works together to investigate the supernatural things taking place in the church. Even though his character was brave and curious enough to get involved in paranormal things, his young real self was terrified of a hag sitting on his chest every night. Coulter faced a lot of difficulties waking up, breathing, and opening his eyes while asleep. He informed his mother, too, about the issue, and she revealed that a witch was drawn to him because his spirit was unsettled.
There is a lot of stories
There's
about,
a folklore.
yeah, about the hag appearing on your chest.
There's a folklore somewhere. I think it was an Irish folklore.
It's a folklore.
I think it was an Irish folklore that it said if you have unfinished business or something, then a hag will sit on
They're
your chest.
saying that you'll get a lot of times, especially at night, like bad dreams or a paranormal bad dreams or the hag, and that if you're dealing with a lot of stress.
I'll have to look more up on, read more up on that. I think it is an Irish folklore, though.
Probably is. We can bring that up on one of our next shows. Jessica Alba is the last one on this list, and we're going on an hour and a half, so we'll be wrapping it up here soon. It said, similar to how modern filmmakers love to add kids to horror films for shock value, even the ghosts have another level of obsession with haunting innocent children. But in reality, a paranormal experience can be just as lasting bad memory in a person's mind as they grow up. Jessica Alba shared her childhood haunted experience, which she said she still remembers to this day. Obviously, she would remember to share it with everybody. Oh, the one that you drew? Yeah. Yeah. According to Alba, she faced an evil force in her childhood where she was kind of paralyzed, like she couldn't talk, scream, or get up off the bed. Sounds like sleep paralysis. She was convinced that there was a ghostly presence in her parents' old house, but soon the house was blessed to get rid of the evil. Adult Jessica Alba has experienced a spooky situation too. Once she posted a selfie on Instagram and a creepy figure was seen in the background, which caught many fans' attention. Didn't know that. So, yeah. So there's among the list of the celebrities, Ariana Grande, Courtney Cox, Ashley Benson, Cher, Corey Monteith, Helena Bonham Carter, Linda Blair, Matthew McConaughey, which I heard that he had a really interesting story and encounter, Paris Hilton, Adele, Candace King, Emma Stone.
Adele's. Sorry, intermission.
I think there was the story rose right next to it. That's Salma Hayek again, Jim. Yeah, I think it was right here. Right here.
That's the only part of it. See, just her.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, Allison Hannigan.
Adele. Singer was supposedly so unnerved by the unexplained noises in her former home, a mansion in West Sussex, England, that she hired a bodyguard to stay with her. While taking Anderson Cooper through the home during a 16-minute interview, she said, "This bit is quite scary, really," as they walked through a dark corridor. Well, that
Yeah,
fucking sucked.
So Emma Stone, Jenna Bushhager, Joan Rivers, Kristen Stewart, Lauren Cohen, Lily Collins, Megan Fox, Nicolas Cage, Snooki. So there's a lot of them had paranormal experiences. Jennifer Aniston.
So we can go into those next time.
Yeah, so we
If
can.
you want us to.
Now, again, guys, if you want something that you want me and Gabriella to talk about, because we wasn't sure. We initially was going to go with what we had talked a couple weeks back about expired products and delicacy items that are very strange around the world. But we decided because of the fires in California to start off with our thoughts and feelings about that and to go into the celebrity paranormal on that. But if there's something that you want us to discuss, please contact us. Gabrielle and I will try to come on a little bit more often, but she's still in La La Land and Love Land with her boyfriend and forgets about her mama and wanting to do lives with
Over
her.
here almost every day. The last few days I haven't been able to because I haven't been feeling good.
It's not even the fact that coming over every day. It's the fact that this is our quality time together doing this.
We're spending it right now.
She
so
loving-
I don't want to hear
Is she
it.
loving no mama no more?
I went out there, made the peppers.
You made the peppers?
I didn't cook them.
I think I made the peppers.
I was
You helped.
dissecting those
Yeah.
peppers. Well, it still helped. There's a little bit of love in it.
There was a lot of love in them. That's not the point.
Anyways,
I think they want to see us more often, especially they want to hear some of your stories. We kind of figured out, we did have a little bit of a theory that if a Wendigo and a Banshee got together, maybe that's how Bigfoot and Little Bigfoot was created. We kind of was throwing that thing around. Hello, Mama Blow. We pick on each other like that all the time. You wouldn't believe some of the things she says to me. Yeah. You make me cry.
Anyways, so I don't know why I don't have dreams. If I have a dream, then it's usually very vivid and kind of creepy. But this one wasn't really a dream, but I was sleeping. And it was more of like an image that popped up for no reason. And it just kept on outlining. It just like outlined itself constantly in my head. So I don't know what it means, but this is similar to what it looked like. And I drew it because I didn't want to forget what it looked like. But do you have any idea what that could mean?
There's a Christmas tree.
But why is that like
I don't know.
up like
I told her that somebody got murdered by a tree and it's an unsolved mystery.
like it looked almost exactly like that. I think there was 3 points on each side instead of 2, but I can't fucking draw that, so.
You're all in sex talk.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what happens when you get the aliens and
Well, I think Mom's right. I think it is a tree, but I don't know what the significance is and why it just kept like why it's pointy on the top instead of just like a normal tree. It's just like whoop. It's like whoop. And it was just outlining in my head.
I told her sometimes she'll get drawn to certain things. Like she had an image at one time about a little boy and found out that there was a little boy that was down at the playground at a house in South Carolina that was drawing her to him. And this tree could have some kind of significance that somewhere we go, a certain tree is going to stand out to you and you say, yeah, that's the tree right there. And I need to go there because I don't know why.
Well, if it is a real tree, it's probably a pine tree because that kind of it gave me that kind of like vibe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was weird. I don't think I was even really sleeping. I think I was just kind of like in a very like almost sleep type state. But I literally only saw that just like outlining itself Like, you know, when a computer is loading, how you just see it go round and round and round. It was doing that,
Yeah.
outlining
That's
itself
what happened
in
to
my
me that
dream.
one day when I had that. It was weird because it was like bright light and then it would go dark and then brighten up again, not real bright the second time. And then it just keep on doing that. The next thing you know, there was an image and I don't know what it was supposed to mean, but I saw a lady running, screaming through the woods, and she kept on looking back, like, are you going to do something? Like, as if she was looking, trying to get my attention, like I'm running, screaming here, like, and almost like as she was trying to call for my help or something, and I couldn't do anything because I'm here and she was in that dream. It was like real, and I wasn't in a sound sleep. I was kind of like in that transition state. So it's like I don't know. So guy at my dog park had a branch coming down, pushed his pup out of the way, but it hit him and broke it. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This stuff happens. That
Could be an arrowhead. We have been talking a lot about like our
Indians, yeah.
Indian lineage
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some kind of significance if something's that powerful of an image in your head.
It was just the weirdest thing. There was a black background, and then it just kept outlining itself in my sleep.
Yeah, something is just not right. You know, I mean, if it's that dominant in your psyche, then there's some kind of a significance to it.
I want to know what it means because that was just weird. 'Cause like I said, I don't think I was like fully asleep. I think I was about to fall asleep, but instead of a dream popping up or appearing, it was just a black background. And in white, it was repeating, drawing itself over and over and over again. And then I woke up and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that was
that's
weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody's had dreams like that there's something really stood out in it and there's no explanation for it. So, um, it's amazing how bad most people are at emergencies, but glad they were both okay. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Don't want to see anybody getting hurt. And we had here before we moved back to South Carolina the last time. It was the 1 year we came back for 1 year and then we ended up back there because we didn't want to lose our house that we had in South Carolina. But there was a real bad accident that happened in one of the back roads here in Pennsylvania. And it was, I think, right after a storm, and a big tree fell across the road, landed on top of a car, and two young children ended up getting killed they were in the back seat and they ended up losing their lives over that bad accident. So, I mean, and one of my really good friends that I know was very good friends with happened with the lady that lost those children. So it's, you know, it's bad stuff that can happen and not anything good.
See if
But
I
you
can recreate it with an AI image generator.
But let me know, guys, too, what you think about me going solo. It'll be kind of like a spin-off of mine and Gabriella's show here. So it'll be kind of like a spin-off, but I will be covering, like, to be honest with you, I'll probably be covering movies, um, current events, probably poetry, books, just like I'm going to go everywhere with it. I'm still going to try to avoid politics and religion, although I may possibly touch on it lightly. I don't want anybody to get upset, and I don't want to surely not lose any friends in that over issues like that, because, of course, both subjects do seem to cause a lot of issues with people. But I do want to cover, like right now, we just got done watching the new season of Squid Games, which love that show. It's amazing. I think it's just, you can't watch just one episode. You kind of have to keep on watching. And also we are big Stranger Things fan. It kind of looked like that one, but different a little bit. It's kind of Stranger Things we have some theories on some of the things that might possibly happen on the last season. Theories. There is a main character in there that I said at the end of this season 4 that I thought they were going to bring back. And everybody said, no, there's no way they can bring that person back. And now I'm reading that that person is coming back on the new season. I will say spoiler alerts when I do go into that topic. I will have guests on there. Like I said earlier, I will invite guests on there. If any of my moderators want to be a guest on my show, let me know, because when I start it, you are more than welcome to be a guest on my show. But I will be covering like a lot of topics like that. I do write, I had a romance book published that I think it would have went a lot better if the publisher that I used was legit. I guess, there was a class action suit. I had a children's book that was published. I do want to get my poetry published. Maybe I can find some poems. Maybe we can have a poetry night on here. I also think it would be fun for one of the shows that me and Gabriella's on here in Real Talk. If we all have like a group story, we'll start off with a topic. She'll say a sentence, I'll say a sentence, and some of you can join in and we can see what kind of a story. We'll do a subject like the subject paranormal. We'll make it paranormal, or we'll do comedy, and we'll turn the story into a comedy story, but make it like a whole, just not me and Gabriella, but a whole group chat where everybody joins in and throws their line to the story and to see how the outcome comes. Just, we want to make some fun stuff coming up. There is one that Gabriella and I are going to do is, we will talk about, matter of fact, that could be our next topic. Some of the people like Kay's Cooking and Candy's Cooking. I don't know if anybody's familiar with them, but we can bring up a little bit of the clip on the laptop and show you the clip, and we can have your response. We can tell you what we think. Yeah, the publishing company was Publish America. I think that's what the name of it was. I have to find my book. I think Publish America. They were apparently ripping everybody off. And my book was supposed to be, it should have been like about 265 pages. And it was a love story. I'm actually revising it. And when they published the book, they hacked the shit out of it. And it ended up 90 pages, a real thin book. And when I was looking, there's a lot of grammatical errors and everything in there that I know was not in there when I wrote it. It was like they rewrote some of the lines or something, but they were very shady and everybody was leaving them. I mean, I did make money off the book between Amazon, Kindle, and the publisher itself. I did make some money, not a whole lot, but I think it would have went better. It could actually have been turned into a screenplay, actually, the way the book was written. But I'll hopefully, I'm 65 years old, so I don't have much time left for me to try to find another publisher in that, but who knows? Maybe if I can get it revised and that when I'm gone, maybe the kids can get it and say, hey, want this posthumously, the book published or something. I don't know, but it's always going to be there left for the kids anyhow. So we have some mementos of me. You finding anything even similar?
I mean, I keep finding like kind of like drawings of trees.
But we will get to, Gabrielle and I have been talking about like how sometimes too you do that where I will be behind Gabriella and I'll put my arms.
Not my arms challenge.
Yeah. And I do that. And I'll either do that to her, she does that to me, and see how the outcome is. We'll do the blindfold challenge. We'll get like different brands of cola or whatever and see if we can say which brand of cola it is, or
that one's going to be
water. A lot of people say all water tastes the same. No, all water does not taste the same. That's similar. All water does not taste the same, to see if we can pick out which brand of water it is. Me personally, I think my favorite brand of water is Fiji. I think it is so smooth, fresh, delicious tasting. That is very similar,
Free of
except for this part here. And it even has that like point on the top, but it's not going over that way.
That's not
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
So, but like I said, give us some suggestions. And if you think, um, since I'm the talker mostly between the two of us too, I need to get out of my shell. Like I might not come across that way on here because I think it's my comfort zone because I'm with Gabriella and she gives me confidence. But to do something on my own with my self-esteem the way it is, it's going to be a really big step for me. And I'm just going to worry about how people perceive me because I've had issues before. Was everybody knows when we did our live, there was some people that say stuff, and I think that it's like Angelina said, don't let them rent a space out in your head. I try not to, but at the same time, when something impacts you that strongly, it does stay in there. And a lot of my self-esteem in that is I was growing up, there was a lot of I had a lot of friends, but there was also people, like I'm going to say relatives in particular, that bullied. And so it made my self-esteem go to where it is today, and I'm trying to break out of that mold. So if you think that you would like doing that, and if you have topics, I'm going to do the intro here probably maybe even as early as tomorrow. But it'll show up as Diane W at first until I change I have to wait for 14 days to change the name for some odd reason. But it'll probably be live chat with Diane or chat with Diane. I think that's what it's just going to be, a kind of a spin-off of Gabriella's and my show here. So she's still looking for that tree to see if she can find something AI generated that's similar.
Like thing ever. There's a bunch of symbols of trees.
Yeah. And then catches too, I forgot to mention earlier, on Monday at 6 o'clock on Lurking Spirits. Go on there and log on. I'm going to have Abby tomorrow post to schedule it so that nobody misses it. We are going to be talking about the Cambria County Jail a little bit, talk about the Crescent Sanatorium. We're going to have live guests on there. That is going to be Dark Hollow Paranormal. It's going to have Michael and Ashley on there. If you remember, Ashley Stilston was the one that caught that very cool apparition over at Cambria County Jail. She did it again. She caught another apparition at Crescent. This one was a black shadow. So they're going to be on. And then we're also going to have Lindsay and Angel on from Dark Hollow. They're going to be talking about, they have some news about the Crescent Sanatorium. So we will be having them live on. So kind of stay tuned. Watch out for that. Spread the word. Please, we're not out for money or anything like that. We would really, really like to see our subscriber numbers go up a little bit on both channels. We're not out for collecting money. We're not out for fame or anything, but it kind of shows us that you're appreciating that we're doing this. Yeah, it's Monday, Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock, SB squared. It shows us that you're really enjoying what we're talking about, that you like us. We want to try to extend the content a little bit. We want to try to maybe, I don't know how to do it. I have to have help because tech.
She can figure it out.
I'm not real tech savvy, but I would like to have
Figure it out.
eventually an intro for me and Gabriella for our channel. And I would like to maybe have some kind of an intro for my channel when I start it. But just, we really would like to see our subscriber numbers come up. We do have Cash App on, do we have the Cash App on Real Talk? So, I mean, if you want to help out, we're trying to get some investigations back in, but with the hot water tank going and other things that came up in that, and our Jill is on hiatus for a little bit until the weather gets better. Anything that is sent will definitely go to help us get investigations in. My husband did get me a nice podcast bundle for Christmas that I'm going to hook up here so we have a better podcast thing set up. But anything like that will help. We want to try to get a little bit more known in the community and bring out, we do like shouting out names of different people like Truth or Demons, Stevie. I think she has 1,000 some subscribers, so she's kind of getting known. I would like to get that far. Gabriella, not me, in our show, Lurking Spirits, we're starting to go up some on Lurking Spirits, but still not as much as we would like, because we're hoping people like what we do. So, thank you, B Squared. We love all of our fans. We just want the word spread that we are on here. So far, everybody, we've not had any bad comments on any of our Lurking Spirits or on Real Talk, and I'm hoping the same happens with Chat with Diane. But we just want to be a little bit more known, get out there a little bit. We like sharing. We like making people happy. Gabriella, sometimes we get real silly, as you know, and we'll get into some real crazy topics like her Wendigo story and her dark-eyed children that has the claw feet and that whole thing. So we want to make you laugh. We want to entertain you. That's all we ask. But we're going on 2 hours here, and I'm just rattling on and on and on and on. So Gabriella's still not having any success.
No. And since I drew it in blue, Google images are just like
coming out weird. So what she'll do is she's going to keep that in mind. She showed you guys, if anybody can come up and if they have an idea what that could possibly mean. It does look like a tree, but that doesn't mean anything. It could be a symbol.
Douglas said it could be an arrowhead.
It could be an arrowhead, but the square.
I knew why it was.
But that could have been
it literally outlined, especially the top part. Like it wanted me to know that top part was significant with it. And I think my phone just died.
Yeah, that's just your mine is. I'm gonna have to charge it up. But yeah, keep in mind like any topics like that. If you research that, if you come up with anything, this is Saturday night. Gabriella, Monday night we're gonna be live Lurking Spirits. You want to try to hit for Tuesday or Wednesday again? So either Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll do it a day ahead. If we know for sure if it'll be Tuesday, on Monday, we'll put, okay, we're going to be on Tuesday. If we know we're going to be on a Wednesday, on Tuesday, we'll put and say, hey, catch us live on Wednesday.
Squared, we don't have a Twitter, but we do have a Facebook. For both Lurking Spirits and Real Talk.
I think Lurking Spirits is also on TikTok, I believe. And Chase had it on. I don't know but we can connect them all together. We should be running, which we didn't put up today. We're gonna have to start making a habit of it to put our banner on with our channels on it, have it running on the bottom, and we're gonna try to get better. I know we're not professional by podcast bundle is that's cool. Podcast bundle is just we have the 2 microphones and we have the soundboard that'll help us have a little bit better quality to our audio. I guess when we get stuff, we still have to play around with it, make things a little bit more pleasurable for you, I guess. So maybe there's not as much. I don't know if anybody's experiencing any static or bad audio, but it'll help us a little bit. My husband always thinks of us and mine when he buys stuff like that. Well, we could experience it. We be like, say we have a background noise, somebody on there, like, let me see, telling people, okay, Kiwi, telling people about you all over the place, and where they're like, yeah, we appreciate it, so we can do clapping and applauding, people applauding on there. So background, somebody says something like, internet looks like it might crash. That's another Linda. We don't want to, Linda, I love you, but we don't want to do all you. Let me see. Let me go be editing. Bad editing takes a toll. B squared said bad editing takes a toll. So we could do like, oh, like a boo or, something like that, or a screaming sound or something, to correlate. We could just do different things like that. So rattle on, Diane. I know I do. I have a habit about doing that, but I'm just so excited about a lot of the things that we're trying to plan and incorporate. And, I guess with that, then that was a pretty good cue there for you. I love you, love you, love you, love you. But we will give more notifications out, so that people are aware. But please tell people to subscribe. We would really love to get our channel a little bit more popular. And like I said, it's anybody that knows us, we're not about the money. Okay, and so what we'll do is we'll finish up on that, and I always end with a quote, and our quote today is, "Easy is the path to wisdom for those not blinded by ego." So there you go. So guys, we love all of you. Stay tuned. We will keep you updated what's going on, and with that, stay tuned. Bye, guys. Love you.